welcome to episode 11 of Woolswap. Oh, this is where I talk to you about all things knitty, a few non-knitty things, and a little bit about Woolswap. So welcome everyone, and if you don't know who I am, I'm Gail from Woolswap, and Woolswap is a yarn matching service where I open it up every 2 months to people from around the world, where they sign up, pay a small fee, and then I match them up and they exchange parcels of yarny goodness with other people from around the world. And there's a current round. July round has all the matches have been sent out, and by now you should have all been in contact with your Woolswapper. And if anyone out there is watching and is a Woolswapper and hasn't been in contact, either please do get in contact with your Woolswapper or drop me an email. My details are below in the description box and I can see what's going on for you. So I'm coming to you from Brisbane in Australia, and today is rainy, and it's been rainy all weekend. It's probably since maybe about Thursday night. It's now Sunday, so it's nice to have a nice rainy weekend, and I have been doing a bit of knitting, which I will show you shortly, because we don't normally have too much rain here in Brisbane. And so I hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world, and let's get into it. So today I have some happy mail to show you, and I also have a really old finished item, two probably, and just something quickly that I'd taught myself yesterday, and a bit of which coincides with my work in progress. So let's get on to the happy mail, because I'm always excited when I get happy mail. And so what's been happening here in Australia, as you probably know, is they have stopped, because of COVID, stopped all the yarn festivals that normally happen around Australia. And there's a huge one called Bendigo Wool festival that's normally on around this time of the year. But what's happened now is we did a company called the Big Wool Show. They set up a virtual one last weekend, and it went from Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and it was great. So you could just log online, you could listen to some tutorials, you could get some patterns, you could, and a lot of the indie dyers were doing a little video about themselves and how they got into the dyeing process. And they had a whole heap of new indie dyers, well, new to me, that you could check out. So of course I did a bit of shopping. So I think I purchased 3 lots of stuff, and I'm still waiting on 2, but I did receive some in the mail this week. So I'll get straight into that. So I got one of my all-time favourite indie dyers from Queensland is Cheryl from Natural Fibre Arts, and she's based up on the Sunshine Coast, and I just love her stuff. And so I've made some purchases. So first of all, I'll show you the yarn. So I got she's got a new base called Luxe Sock High Twist, and oh my God, I'm really in love with the high twist sock yarn. I think I'm just going to try and purchase that from now on. This one is NFA Luxe Sock High Twist, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and colorway is Hunter. Check that out. I just love the colors. And so what I've decided to do is I do have a bit of green, all different kinds of green yarn in my stash. I think I'm going to mix and match and make a jumper. I have no pattern in mind. I might just make one up myself as I go with all the different greens. And I do, one of the other ones I bought off last weekend, I've got some green yarn coming, so hopefully that will match with this. And yeah, I don't know, I do like green. And then also I splashed out and I bought this beautiful, and I hope I'm saying it right, Chiaugo circular needle case, because I do, years ago when I first started out on my little sock knitting journey, I bought some Knit Pro, I think they were Knit Pro, and they're wooden, a set of interchangeable circulars, and I always found it a bit fiddly with trying to screw them in, and then halfway through a row I wouldn't screw them in tight enough, and halfway through a row it'd come undone. So I've I still have them, but I do believe I like just the normal ones, and I'll show you because I've got them. The fixed interchangeables, the fixed cable. Oh, like this one. Why is that not coming out? Oh my goodness. Tricky. It's got little velcros in here. Oh, here we go. So I do prefer the fixed, with the fixed cable. And I've fallen in love with the red lace ones from Tuggy. I find that the cable is quite flexible, and I've only just started knitting. I knit with these for my jumpers, but I've only just started with my socks on circulars because normally I'm a DPN girl. Anyway, so I thought I'd splash out and buy this U-Butte case that holds them all. And I also got 4mm and a 3.5mm ones. And these are the 3. But they're so nice to knit with. They just, I don't know, your yarn just slides off really easily. Do a comment below if you like this brand, or if you've got any other brand that you think's worth trying out, let me know. But yeah, I kind of like these. And the beauty of this is I can then put them all in one spot. So it has a little zipper here where you could put a little pouch. You could put all your little, I don't know, little knick-knackies, tape measure, some stitch markers, safety pins, whatever you fancy. And then it zips out, and it has all these little pouches. And what I like about it is, if you can see, it's actually labeled with the sizes. So that's fantastic. And then you just, what you do is, it's hard to show you, but it's got Velcro, and you just poke them in like this. And then and then you can, and you know what, I'm going to put all my other, I do have a whole heap of Knit Pro ones as well, so I'm just going to, and then you have them there. It's not meant to stick out, I don't think, but, and then you can just zip it up, zip it back up, and away you go. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's the cloth, and yeah, just a bit of a splurge that was. Bit of a treat. So yeah, that's my first package coming. Hopefully the rest will be, there's two other lots coming, and hopefully that will be this week, so I'll be able to show you next week. So I just love getting the happy mail, and I'm sure you all do too. And speaking of shopping, I yesterday had watched one of my friends, Heather from the Almost Hippie Knitter, her podcast, and she opened some subscription yarn boxes that she received. And to be honest, I don't know how she waits until she videos it to open them, because I'm too excited. As soon as I'm in the door, I'm ripping it open, and then, as you can see, I can show you. Anyway, she had a couple, and one I kind of really like was from a company called the Pineapple Yarns. So it's an American company, and I actually went online and purchased. So I got one of the subscription boxes, and it's a monthly one. So, and she has a mood board, and then with the colors, and I chose the one that had kind of oranges and yellows, and because I kind of like those colors. So can't wait. But it's not available till August, so by the time I get it over here in Australia, it's probably not going to be till like September, October, so a long wait. But thanks, Heather, for sending me there indirectly, because I really like the yarn that you got from her, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so on to some finished items. Now, I am wearing one of them, which is a fairly old finished item. This is my So Faded cardigan by Andrea Murray, and I knitted this ages ago, and I'll just quickly stand up. I probably think it probably should be a bit longer and a bit wider. And the sleeves are a little bit tight for me. But you know what, knitting's a journey, right? It's all trial and error. So I've used mainly, so you fade, I think 4 or 5 colours. So I've mainly used Fibre Lily yarns, and I think there's an odd bod in there from someone else. So yeah, did take a while. But you knit it kind of reversible because the knit side's on there, but I also like it because you can swap it around and wear it either way. So anyway, it is cold enough today, by the way, because I only probably get one day out of the year that I can wear this. But if I made it again, I would probably make the bigger size, next size up maybe, and just have it so it's a bit more, I can close it, and maybe just a tad bit longer to cover my butt. But anyway, that's when I'm finished. And then I also want to show you a really special one that I have, and it's not unfortunately made by me, but it was very kindly made by my mother many years ago. And I'm a knitter, but I'm not a crocheter. And my mum used to crochet years and years ago, and she forever and a day would try and get me to have a go, but I tried and I thought, nah, knitting's my gig. I don't want to start something else. Otherwise you have too many things on the go, right? So I'm going to show you this crocheted blanket that she's made. Now it's quite large. I don't know if I can. This is doubled still. So for many years, so my mum was a prolific knitter, and she used to knit us kids jumpers and jerseys, and even our school jerseys, and my dad jumpers. Everyone in our family had knitted jumpers. And so these are all just leftover yarn from all our jumpers that we had over the years. And then she's done all these granny squares and then joined them all together. And what she did over the years is she made all the females in the family one. So she made, I'm the only daughter, so I got one. She made my grandma one and my nana one. And I am very lucky to have all 3 of those, because when both my gran and my nana passed away, I was given the granny rugs that my mum had made for them. So to be honest, I do have 3 of them here in the house. I found this one today, and I'm not sure where the other 2 are, and I'm not sure which one, whose is whose now over the years, but it's very old. This is probably, I don't know, 30 years old, this one, and it's still as good as new. So we have it on, actually have it on the back of my couch at the moment. But yeah, you can put it on the bed and stuff, but it's so nice and warm. And she's so clever. So all you crocheters out there, hope you like this. So yay for my mum. My mum is 82 years old now, and yeah, she doesn't crochet anymore, unfortunately, but it just got too hard on her hands with arthritis and stuff. But yeah, very talented over the years. And yeah, so those are my 2 finished items this week. And then I quickly just wanted to show you something that I learned yesterday. And oh my goodness, it's all about learning new things, right? A little bit behind the old 8 ball though. So yes, so I've been knitting, which you probably see me, I've been knitting these socks called Intersections out of the 52 sock knit book for ages. Well, it seemed like for ages. Just been doing a little bit here and there because I do have, as I showed you last week, about 7 or 8 projects on the go. And anyway, midway through the week, I realised I'd stuffed the cable pattern up. And for me, with the cable pattern, it's a little bit hard to find out how far to go back. So yeah, I frogged the whole sock. But then I thought, you know what? I want to get rid of these. So I'm going to learn how to do 2 at a time. And look at me go. I started these yesterday. Thank goodness for YouTube, eh? So now I have 2 at a time. So there's no more worrying about the measurements. You just measure 1 and you'll always be at the same measurement, and the pattern, you just follow it through. So, oh my goodness, I'm super excited. So I think I'm just going to work on these all week, and then hopefully by next week I'll be able to show you. But I don't know. Why did I not learn about this years ago? Because I have been known to suffer from second sock syndrome for sure. Like, comment below if you have, because I know heaps of people seem to. I knit one, I get so excited, finish it, and then lose interest, we start something new, and then a year later, oh goodness, I should finish that other sock. I think I have quite a few actually somewhere hidden in the depths of the house. So yeah, so there's lots of YouTube. So I thought it would be quite difficult, but yeah, it's pretty easy. You just you got to have 2 balls of yarn, obviously, but and they do get a little bit tangled now and again, but nah, it's so easy. So I reckon if you've been wanting to give it a go, check out YouTube. There's millions of videos about it, and yeah, you won't look back. So this is probably how I'm gonna knit my socks from here on in. I'll just have to learn how to do my cuff down on circulars, because I'm a double pointed needle chick, and I don't think you can, I don't know whether you could do it on the just 4 double pointed needles or not. I don't know. Maybe if you have bigger, like a longer size, I'd do the 15 centimeters. Maybe if you had 20, it might work. Food for thought. So there you go, a breakthrough. Yay. So comment below if you've learned a new technique this week. I'd love to hear it. And and also if you have any cool indie dyers that you've purchased yarn from, I can check out. I'm always on the lookout. And yeah, so just a short one this week, but hope you're all doing well, and stay safe, and I will chat to you next week. Bye.